he's the most exciting because he is vulnerable, because he's not unbeatable. He's got crazy fast twitchies, he can box, but he's so aggressive and he's vulnerable enough to counters that it's actually exciting. Tank got that Tyson-esque fast twitchies and the power, but because he's getting hit in exchange more.
Okay. Tank, hold up. Gervonta, you are a... I don't care what anybody says, you can be all that rah-rah thug life and scream and jock your head on Chief Keef Sosa. Man, with your sucking lips, get out of here.
It's a tank. Who can fight a tank? Okay. Once he fires, it's
When it comes to knockout power, there's strong, there's dangerous, and then there's Gervonta Tank Davis, a walking anomaly in boxing physics. You look at him and wonder how someone his size can generate that kind of explosive force, defying every expectation with each punch he lands.
Tank, to me, man, is a dangerous man, but he's at his most dangerous point when he's looking in your head, he's smiling and shaking his head and walking towards you.
Yeah.
You're done.
Yeah, you're done.
Because it's almost like he beats you and he's tasting your blood.
Yeah.
Oh, you taste good.
As serious as he can be, at basically every point of a promotion, and every point of the beginning of a fight, and then once he starts to crack a smile, it's like, what can you...
But then you watch his opponents fold like their connection to reality just got unplugged. And that's when it hits you. This isn't hype, it's controlled chaos in motion. Fighters often admit he doesn't even look like a knockout artist. No overbuilt physique, no exaggerated muscles, just compact power, perfect timing, and an unsettling calm that hides pure destruction.
skill for skill. None of these guys can mess with me. Like nobody. Like I feel like my skills is way better than like Floyd. Like if I'm on my game. Well, I take that back. Right hand in hand. But skill wise, nobody on TV that's fighting right now have more skills than me. Nobody. Like talking about top to bottom list of fighters that's fighting.
Tank doesn't charge forward recklessly. He studies, calculates, and waits. He gives you space, lets you believe you're safe, and then, boom, everything goes dark. That's not ordinary punching power. That's a controlled explosion disguised as precision. What makes Tank truly frightening isn't just the knockout itself, but how he creates it. As Andre Ward once said about the greats, they fight the way they've lived. And Tank fights like a man who's seen everything, felt everything, and learned how to weaponize patience.
And that dude, Gervonta Davis, my first time watching him, I seen him a video on Instagram, man. I looked up his highlights too. That dude's a beast, man. He's great speed, great defense in those uppercuts, man. I'm not a hater, man. If I see somebody I think is good, man, I'll talk good about him. You know, some people, they just see boxing and they don't appreciate it. They talk bad about him. But me, I see a good fighter and I respect.
Tank's been through real pain, and you can feel it in the rhythm of his fights. He'll stalk you slowly, smiling, shaking his head like you just made a mistake. From that moment, it's already too late. He breaks you mentally long before he finishes you physically. As one fighter put it best, when Tank starts grinning mid-fight, it means he's already smelled blood. He's entered that Tyson zone, where fear turns into fuel, and the knockout becomes nothing more than a chilling formality.
But Tank, one thing I can say about Tank is he's smart. He can box.
Yes.
And he's explosive.
You believe there's a chance the other guy can win, and that makes it even more exciting, to say nothing of the pace he sets, the level of action, the level of bombs that are thrown by Tank, and as he fights better opposition, the number that will be coming back at him. Yeah, he's guaranteed thrills for the dollar.
Here's the wild part. Tank isn't just a knockout artist. He's a tactician wrapped in controlled chaos. Fighters who've shared the ring with him describe his defense like something out of witchcraft. He shifts from a high guard to a cross guard to slick head movement in mere seconds. Not rounds, not exchanges, seconds. One slip, one twitch, and you're swinging at nothing but air. Most power punchers trade defense for destruction, but not Tank. He manages to deliver both with surgical precision.
Man, I was about to spar. Before I was about to spar Tank, he was sparring this big boy. A heavyweight? Heavyweight boy. And Tank hit that nigga, he hit him so hard that he was on the top of the rope just like this. I'm like, I thought he died. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you, I thought he died.
Tank, is that true? You almost killed a heavyweight in the ring? That's what he said.
Should be happening.
Because he asked me, how does a 135-pounder take your power? I said, I don't think anybody takes the power.
He's out there making world-class boxers swing at ghosts and question their life choices in real time. That rare blend of fight IQ and raw violence is exactly what sets him apart from nearly every fighter in the game today. So let's stop pretending. Gervonta "Tank" Davis isn't just a puncher. He's one of the most complete fighters on the planet. He's got Pacquiao's ferocity, Mayweather's intelligence, and Tyson's fighting spirit, all compressed into a 135-pound frame. It's like someone hit create a fighter and maxed out every stat possible.
Punch, he's a knockout artist. He can box, he's not given enough credit for it, okay? He closes, he finishes. Once he smells blood, he's like a shark in blood-infested waters, Molly. He will finish you, okay? The time has arrived for us to stand down and to start giving Gervonta Davis the love and respect that he deserves. This brother is a...
You can debate resumes all you want, but when you're standing across from Gervonta "Tank" Davis, you're not just facing a boxer, you're facing a smiling storm. Every jab, every feint, every counter is part of a calculated trap designed to make you forget what round you're in. And if you still don't think Tank deserves his flowers, don't worry. He'll personally hand them to you after the knockout. But just when the Tank versus Jake Paul drama seemed to be reaching its peak, Gervonta dropped a bomb that shook the entire boxing world. It was one of those moments where you have to pause and rewind just to be sure you heard it right. Tank claimed that Floyd Mayweather once tried to set him up to fail over a personal feud involving his daughter. Suddenly, what started as boxing beef turned into something straight out of a Netflix family saga.
Do you think Floyd did that intentionally? Yeah, for sure. Why? After so much time, after like, I guess, again, after what we think he helped you come into the game, he gave you the spotlight, like why would he try to diminish your career? Because at that time I don't want to go too deep into it. Because I don't want to bring up it was somehow that they were saying that I was messing with his daughter off of the fact that she kept Snapchatting me. Okay. She kept hitting me on the Snapchat.
You can't script this kind of drama. It's the sequel nobody asked for, but everyone's watching. The wild part? Tank didn't sound angry or bitter. He sounded like a man who's already at peace with the past. Like, yeah, that chapter's closed, but I still wrote the book. That calm confidence hits different when it comes from someone who's survived the politics of boxing and still stands on top. Gloves clean, legacy intact. But let's be honest, this whole situation pulls back the curtain on just how messy boxing really gets behind the scenes. We always hear about promoters, legacy, money, but jealousy? That's the silent killer. Floyd saw the kid he once discovered turning into his own boss, and suddenly the reflection in the mirror looked a little too familiar. Tank broke free from the puppet strings, and once that happened, the old-school control game stopped working.
They sent it to Floyd, and Floyd bugged out.
Okay.
So that's what made it like.
And you think that was a downfall of your career? I mean, y'all.
No, it was a downfall.
Yeah,
it wasn't a downfall of my career. I mean, our relationship, because it was more things that he was doing. Like
he scheduled a fight, I think, doing like your fight or something. I don't think they did it, but
now he's building his own empire, fighting on his terms and speaking his truth. It's messy, it's dramatic, it's boxing. One day it's about belts, the next it's about respect, and Tank Davis is winning both. But let's be honest, Tank's walking a fine line. The Jake Paul fight brings money, not legacy. You don't trade greatness for a paycheck without a cost. Tank's power still terrifies opponents, but he's flirted with danger before and skipped the rematch. That's where the questions about his legacy begin.
People are not watching boxing in the United States of America. That has left a hole that the broadcasters have looked to fill, and they've done this with influencer boxing, which brings a completely different audience to the game. Every promoter and broadcaster on this planet is to blame for this situation that we are finding ourselves in right now. They've opened the door to clowns, and now we've got ourselves a circus. It is a travesty.
So when you step in with a 200-pound showman who sells tickets by breathing, you better treat it like war, not a photo shoot. If Tank sleepwalks, boxing purists will eat him alive. But if he shows up sharp, mean, and ends it early, that payday turns into a masterclass move, not a sellout. Let's be real. Jake Paul is a marketing hurricane. He brings clicks, chaos, and fans who think a jab is a dance move. That's great for business, but it's still on Tank to protect boxing's soul. All he needs is one of two statements: a violent early knockout or a cold surgical dismantling. Anything less, a messy decision or a close call. And the critics get their headline. This fight isn't just about skill, It's about what story Tank once told when the lights fade.
Hey man, I just kind of want to raise my family. I don't know how much left of boxing for me. I don't want to see a therapist. I want to, I need to, but like I don't want to take away from my fighting. But I think it's time for me to do stuff like that. So I think the writing's been on the wall for Tank for a while. So that draw was kind of just like, I was on the way out anyway. I don't need to go back in there. And I said it at the end of that fight. I'm like, there's no way we see that rematch. He was so uncomfortable in that ring with Roach. He doesn't want to feel that again. He showed that night. So I'm not surprised that fight's not happening. I'm not even surprised he's fighting Jake Paul now. It's a catch.
And at the end of the day, Gervonta Davis isn't just fighting Jake Paul. He's fighting perception, legacy, and the ticking clock of superstardom. Every great fighter reaches this point, where skill meets spectacle, and one wrong move can rewrite your story. Because this isn't just about who hits harder. It's about who owns the moment. Tank's walking into a circus, but he's not there to juggle. He's there to remind the world that boxing isn't a YouTube trend. It's a blood-earned craft. If he walks through Jake Paul like a storm tearing down a billboard, it won't just be another knockout. It'll be a statement that boxing still belongs to fighters, not algorithms. But if things go sideways, if Jake survives, steals rounds, or lands that one lucky shot, the internet will turn on Tank faster than a pay-per-view refund. That's the gamble of greatness. The higher you're thrown, the sharper the knives.
A guy like Gervonta, who I personally think has been checked out for way longer than this last fight. I think he was checked out prior to the Roach fight. I thought this was all going to be in the works, where he was supposed to beat the 16-1 Roach and then go on to fight Jake Paul and then call it a career, because I think the people around him understood there wasn't much left in the tank for him in terms of his want or his desire to be.
Tank's not just chasing a win, he's protecting an empire. A reputation built on fear, timing, and precision. Every jab, every feint, every smirk in that ring will speak louder than words ever could. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's debate this one out. And yo, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Boxing Headquarters. I'll catch you in the next one.